The story goes something like this. After spending many years as one of hundreds forever confined to the oblivion that is the grocery store shelves, this particularly special can of spaghetti had, in the middle of the night, escaped from purgatory and made his way out west to start a new life. His name was Chef Boyardee. After escaping into the great unknown, he knew it was time to take stock. He had less than 2 years before his expiration date, knowledge that, up until the first telling of this story, had only been possessed by the chef himself. Soon after his escape, he was joined by a fellow tomato-based product, eager to enjoy the same freedom as his friend. His tomato-paste friend had escaped the night before, and had only stumbled upon the chef through sheer luck. The two friends made a home for themselves in the woods, hunting and gathering whatever they could with the time that they had. One particularly uneventful afternoon, the chef was wandering towards a parking lot when he came upon a Campbell's soup can, turned on its side, helpless. "She'll get run over by a car," he thought. Risking his life, he rolled over to her and took her back to safety. She told him that she felt unwanted. He told her she wasn't. They fell fast in love and spent all of their days together. And, after many months, the two were married. For a while, the three cans lived harmoniously, sharing war stories of their time haunting grocery store shelves. Eventually, a baby arrived, a beautiful can of Hunt's tomato paste. The parents were understandably ecstatic. But soon, the chef became suspicious. He would often remark about how, even though he loved his son very much, that the resemblance just wasn't there. "He doesn't look much like me," he would say. His wife would always reassure him, "Don't be stupid." The Campbell's soup and the tomato paste soon became closer, often whispering in the shadows when they thought the chef wasn't around. As his expiration date drew closer, the chef's suspicions only increased. He confronted the two about his son, demanding the truth, and, after some deliberation, finally got what he was after. His Campbell's soup wife and tomato paste friend had confessed. The baby was not his. After feelings of shock and betrayal, they visited a doctor who ran a DNA test. "You are not the father," he was told. Soon after, a lawyer was visited, officiating the divorce and informing the chef that he no longer had legal custody over his son. Feelings of existentialism followed, as the chef questioned whether or not his time on this earth had even been worth it. He was allowed one last chance to see his son, who still referred to him as Dad. They said their goodbyes. He ventured out into the parking lot where he had first met his wife, where his last few moments on this earth were spent.
Bruh.
He was run over by a car just 3 days before his expiration date. His name was Chef Boyardee. He was a man of few words, and what life he had lived, short as it may have been, was still worth living. His Campbell's soup wife knew him as a difficult partner. His son knew him as a hero. To many, he may only ever be remembered as a cheap and convenient way to make spaghetti in under 2 minutes. But to those who knew him, and who have heard this eulogy, he will always be an American treasure.